I wanted to give a quick refresher, or maybe this is the first time we've talked about it, on what to do with the poems that you see in your weekly planning agenda thing. Okay, so we have one, two, buckle my shoe. The first thing that you're going to do with your kiddo on day one is read the poem to them, and you're going to use a pointer of some sort. Pointers are $1 at Dollar Tree. This is a pen I had laying next to me. Your finger is free. Any and all tools work. Start by pointing out text features like, this is the title of the poem. Use the word title. They need to know what that is. So you'll read it. I won't read this to you because you know the poem. But as you go through, you're going to read 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Read it with emphasis. Read it with a fun voice. Make it engaging and interesting for your kiddo. And notice that we're not tapping on each word because that makes you talk like a robot. And that's not how you want your child to read. So model what you want, something fluid and something smooth. Day 2, when you sit down to read the poem, you're going to look for all of the sight words that your kiddo can find in here. At week 25, your child should know 30 sight words, and there's a bunch in this poem. My, the, a, and big are all sight words. And you're going to actually physically underline those or circle them or whatever. So your child can do that. They can come up and underline it or point to it and you underline it for them. And then you're going to model reading the poem again. Day 3, you're going to look for color words. There aren't any in this poem. And then you'll read the poem to your kiddo again. Day 4, you're going to look for number words. This has all of the number words. And so you'll go back through and circle those or underline them in a different color, whatever you want to do. If you're thinking to yourself, my kid doesn't know how to read number words, they definitely should. This was something that we did in the first few weeks of school, and you should have these on hand, maybe hanging up somewhere where you guys do your work, or stapled together or hole punched and tied together with yarn so they have a book of numbers so they can always see numbers, tallies, a die, ordinal numbers, and have that on hand. But as you can see, especially with this poem, they should know how to actually physically read or recognize most of these words. Day 5, you're going to have your kiddo read the poem to you. And they're going to want to model this just like you did with the pointer or their finger, and it's going to be fabulous and wonderful. This is week 25, so you should have 25 of these poems either printed because you're lazy like me. That's like the pro parent move. Lazy's good. Or if you're like super crafty and have tons of time on your hand, maybe you wrote it on construction paper and drew beautiful illustrations to help guide your kiddo while they're reading it. Either way, that is a book of 25 poems that your kiddo can read when you need a few minutes. Or you can take in the car, or you can impress the neighbors and grandma with it. But that's what you do with a poem. You start slowly releasing control. You read it day 1, you have them identify the words that they know as you go through the week. And then by day 5 on Friday, they should be able to read the poem back to you. And maybe they're just reading, or maybe they actually can read it, but either is perfect, as we are trying to build confidence in them and reading with like a good fluency, and the word is escaping me, expression in their voice. We want them to be good readers, not little robot readers that are unfun to listen to. So that's what you do with a poem, and you should have a bunch of them by now. So hopefully you've been doing this. If you have any questions, let me know.